Alright, everybody. Let's head on out of here. All rested and ready, and we gotta go save Marcus. And surprisingly, we get deposited right in front of
the place.
The prison cells. That's oddly convenient.
Looks like an underground prison, all right.
You know, you're not wrong.
Indeed. It must be here somewhere.
It's a rather tall ceiling for a prison, though.
Am I hearing things?
Oh.
Marcus!
And
Hey.
still in one piece by the sound of it.
Yeah, it does sound like he's okay. He is surprisingly the only prisoner.
What are you all doing here?
Is there no crime in Bereahard? Is that not a thing?
There's no way the Provincial Army would just let me go.
I mean,
You didn't sneak in, did you?
I don't know what you're talking about. We just arrived, surprisingly.
We came in through the underground waterway.
Yep.
I'll open the cell.
Oh, back to the shape charges.
How are you going to...
C4.
What the...
Fair enough.
We'll explain when we have more time.
Yeah, right now we need to get away from here before we're caught.
I appreciate that our field study has included clandestine activities,
As long as we can make it back to the city, we should be able to bluff our way out of any further trouble.
in case anybody in this party in their future needs to be part of some sort of special forces operation.
Right. Thanks. I'd resigned myself to being stuck in there for a while.
Oh, well. Here we are.
I must admit, though, I'm surprised you, of all people, would come to my aid.
Hey, what's that supposed to mean?
I only came to get a glimpse at your tear-stained face.
Oh, we're sticking to that story, I guess.
Plus, thought this might be a good opportunity to pay back my father.
That's fair.
I see.
What?
Ooh.
Voices?
Oh, well. We stuck around too long.
It's
Ooh.
Lord Eustace?
As much as I would love to praise you for a job well done,
That's probably not the right time or place.
I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to take a short rest.
Fair. That's fair.
Let's clean house.
Roger that. Right! We'll have to fight our way through.
Go!
So we're gonna add assaulting the police to our rap sheet, I guess. Let's motivate. I don't know how dangerous these guys are. I'll assume that they are, though. They do kind of play up that the guards, or that the Provincial Army is somewhat dangerous. Oh, they're pretty tanky. Not much certain.
Analyzing the enemy's vitals.
Get a detector going, see what it has to say about Provincial Army soldiers.
I've got it.
An elite soldier belonging to the Cruisin' Provincial Army. Well-trained and proud. Fair enough. Level 20. Pretty much neutral across the board.
My
Fair
turn.
enough. Okay.
Be gone!
Get some art defense down on that guy. Get shot, I guess. I appreciate that we're like, we gotta do this non-lethally. They're definitely just shooting us in the chest. Although we did establish during the last field study that I guess we're resistant to bullets. Or at the very least, bullets are less dangerous than we think they are. Okay. Let's go for sweep. Why not? Speed down might actually do us some favors here. Does that actually hit both? It does. Marines' abilities are very forgiving in whether or not they hit the thing.
I'll handle this. Arcus, activate!
I was gonna say aerial hitting
my
both
turn.
of them is it's a strong one. Crystal Flood, Hydro Cannon. We're gonna get that off in time. Cool. This should be some good damage between these two spells. 1400, not bad. Although it pushed one of them, which is not actually a good thing for us. Well, it happened. Only one's gonna get hit by the Hydro Cannon. Sweet. Oh my god, that hurt.
I'll handle it.
She got stabbed with a bayonet.
Here we go.
It is a Zero Arts turn. I'm just not sure if that's worth it, really. Might be better off just hitting him anyway.
I'll handle this.
Okay. If he engages this guy here,
Okay.
B finishes him off, or he does, or he doesn't go down. That's not good. I cannot believe that guy lived through that. That's ridiculous. Okay, get rid of him. That's fine.
Very well.
B is still down. Just really not good.
Here we go.
Let's get her back up.
Thanks.
Sweet.
Very
She dodged
well.
the bullet.
Here we go.
Okay. Let's get back on track here. Sit this guy down.
Okay.
Does she do 121 damage? Here's hoping. She does. Cool.
Done.
All right,
Can't
that
relax yet.
was slightly difficult. Alrighty. Well, they're both unconscious. It is indeed. Yeah, we didn't kill them. We just broke in, busted somebody out of prison, and then knocked the guards out. It's pretty standard, really. I was getting out of here as fast as we can. Yeah, I mean, in a real sense, I should point out, it is actually pretty dangerous what we're doing right now, and Yuzus being involved is probably like the worst of it. So we'll see how it goes. Machias has rejoined the party. Let's look around a little bit. Oh, can't get in there. Obviously, we're not going to go up into the guardhouse. Soldier is unconscious. Both of them are. Okay. Just want to check and make sure we don't miss anything.
If I hadn't been so careless, this would never have happened.
I'm not sure what you could have done,
There wasn't
Machias.
much he could have done.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just glad you're all right.
I don't know really what Machias thinks he could have done. Like, because he says he was careless, but I don't know what he means when he says that. Like, what could he have really done differently that would have gotten him not caught like that? It's not like we even knew that they were going to do this, and even if we suspected they would, there wasn't really much that could have been done to avoid it. Can I open anything up for Machias? I can. Still can't do that. Ugh, at 40. That's not good. Okay, well, at least we open up a little bit. So we can get Machias. Earth Bell would probably be a good idea. Lecrest for now, just because he doesn't actually have enough spells to justifiably need to recover faster. Oh, what's going on? Oh, the guards. It has to be those. I appreciate that he's at least smart enough to know that it's obviously us that did it. At least the beasts. As a test subject. What does that mean? Some kind of trained beast. You've got to be kidding me. The energy to shout, you have the energy to run. Are we running? Is that a real thing? I cleared this place out to my knowledge. Is there something behind us? No? Okay. Fair enough. Normally I'd be inclined to just kind of clear the place for the sake of it, but... Oh, there is multiple things behind us. 2 large dog monsters? I think they're dogs.
There are 2 of them, and they're big.
And fast.
Hurry!
Right!
This is the worst day ever.
We'll be fine. Don't worry about it. Interesting. So they've trained monsters that they are releasing into the city's sewers. Kazakh Dovin, armored military beast. They released them into the public waterway to kill.
We're surrounded.
I mean, I would assume their intention is to capture us, not kill us, but it's a little ambiguous at the
Very
moment.
well trained.
Cats? No, dogs. They're like dogs.
Your family's army employs monsters like this?
Apparently.
No one ever told me.
They aren't going to let us past, are they?
I would imagine not.
Pretty smart for beasts.
So we'll just have to take him down.
Indeed. Bad dogs require stern discipline.
Just throw out the one-liners. I love it. Give me more.
Time to wrap up this month's field study. Class 7, Group A. Commence attack on the targets.
All right.
Don't let it intimidate you.
This might actually be a challenge.
Okay.
Good.
Let's think about this. Alright, so we got Machias and Usus' links, finally.
My turn.
Time for attempt number 2. Let's go
All right,
motivate.
Let's do this.
I'll handle this.
Strength up, get some CP going. Can you chrono drive? That might actually do us some good. Okay, so their attacks don't break our spell casting. Good to know. Speed up, maybe that'll do us some
My turn.
favors. Do I have anything else I can use? Breath is going to heal us, but it's not really a meaningful difference. We got to get Emma out here to do the scan at some point, but I'm not in a hurry to do that at the moment.
Be gone.
Ooh,
Right.
we dodged that. I'll take that. Let's focus
How about
one
this?
down with all 4 party members.
Now. There.
I think that's probably our best bet
Okay.
here. See if I can't blind it, maybe.
My turn.
Defense, he's paralyzed. That's actually kind of good for us.
There.
My turn.
That in the way.
Arcus, activate.
Try and see how much
My
damage
turn.
users can do with some arts. Move Fee to the side here. That's okay. Machias is actually pretty tanky, so having him get hit is a little bit better, actually. It's 1,000 damage. That's
Leave
not
it to
that
me.
bad. Energy Shell. Can you cast it on yourself? You can't. Okay. Hit
Hang
Fee
in there, everyone.
Thanks.
and Reen. That actually helps out a little bit.
Here we go.
Arc Slash lets us hit both, so let's do that. Good,
Okay.
good. Let's get Emma in here.
I'll take it from here.
Drop our
Analyzing
detector.
the enemy's vitals. All complete.
Monster use. Yep. Military monster. Used by the provincial army, rouses allies with a howl, working with them to deal great damage.
Very well.
Yeah, he's still not weak to an element in particular. He does seem like he can still deal with ailments just fine, though. That's good to know. Okay. Let's rapid thrust him. Oh.
Go.
Some people are at the front door.
Apparently there are people at my front door.
Now's our chance.
I'll help.
Right.
Okay. Is his defense back? It is.
about
So let's
this?
break shot him again. Try and get him
Go.
weakened.
There.
My turn.
I'm just gonna keep throwing out arc slashes over and over and over again.
My turn.
I think that speed buff that
Yeah.
we got out of Fee is probably the biggest difference that we've had so far. Just the fact that we've gotten so many turns in has definitely made a difference. She's gonna get to cast this, so we're gonna go for it.
My turn.
Leave it to me.
Alrighty. So defense is no longer down. Does break shot only lasts like one turn? That's kind of strange. La Crest.
Arcus, activate.
Get some armor over there.
Now.
Hopefully we can get like 2,000 damage out of this. Not even.
My turn.
1,000 each. That's awful. Probably not even worth the cast, to be honest. Let's go Rune Blade here.
Here we go.
Take basically no damage. That's not good.
All right,
Drop a Motivate
let's do
again,
this.
since everybody's in range.
Leave it
I'll
to me.
handle this.
Double Cracker. That's gonna one-shot somebody.
Impossible.
It's my
I need to
turn.
apparently just use this as special, because like going and using his S-Craft is the only option, since they're just gonna turn and one-shot somebody whenever they feel like it.
I don't need your help.
I think it's a little ridiculous that that's even on the hard mode. I think that that's probably not okay. Like it's kind of a bad inclusion in my opinion. 'Cause these enemies are level 21, which makes them a little bit higher level than I am, I guess. So like
Analyzing the
maybe if I were
enemy's
one
vitals.
level higher, it would make much difference. But
I've got
okay,
it.
get that scan done on the other guy. We gotta swap Emma out
Right.
probably. Let's get a
How
break
about
shot
this?
again.
Now. There.
Ouch. Oh, he dodged it. Wow, that's actually
I
awesome.
won't lose like this. I
Get
leave this
Fee
to
in
you.
here.
Will do.
Chrono Drive. Can you get 3 people? You can't. You can only get 2. Reen's the one that's been doing the most damage, so I kind of want to make sure that he's getting turns out.
Go.
Ooh, the freeze. Okay, that's...
I'm sorry for the trouble.
I'll show you how it's done.
There's a reason we're doing this. Breath? Oh, that's not good. I was hoping he would be able to cast Breath in time, but I guess he can't. That's okay,
Here we
though.
go.
We've got this under control. Okay. Fee
It's
took
my
a hit
turn.
there, but that's not so bad. We can handle it. Energy Shell. I wish these two were closer. Like, I wish Fee wasn't standing directly in the middle of all this.
about
Let's get
this?
defense down one more time.
Now.
You're open.
Okay.
Before she goes down, we're gonna still feed
There you go.
dance.
Still feed. Dance.
It's not gonna be super strong, but it's gonna be a little bit.
That's that.
See how much damage we can get in here. Nothing too bad. I can
Go.
get behind that. All right, so we almost got this guy down, which I think is what we're gonna need to do here. I don't want to waste another S-Craft
Now's a chance.
on the same monster, so we're gonna try and finish him
handle
off
this.
here with what we've got. Will he get that off in time? Not probably to save Fee. I'll try it anyway. Maybe she dodges, she howls. Or he howls, rather.
Thanks.
It owls? I don't know what gender these dogs are, to be fair. Okay, so big problem that they just buffed their strength. It puts me in a tough spot. I think we're gonna need to just off one of them. Actually, wait. No, that doesn't make... We don't need to do that. Because the red one's the one that's gonna take his next turn, which he's gonna one-shot somebody. Awesome. Yep, there you go. They raise their strength, so they do enough damage
It's my
to
turn.
literally just one hit, one kill.
How about this?
I love it. That's fine. We'll get the defense
Here we go.
down.
Now's a
Get
chance.
that. Can I get the follow-up? Follow-up doesn't kill him. That's
My
okay,
turn.
though. We're going to Rapid Slash. That should do 200 damage. Cool. That's one down. Okay, now 1 against
Here we go.
4. We should be able to handle this guy. We're going to Autumn Leaf Cutter
There.
so we can get behind him. Hopefully he focuses Reen, because Reen will be singled out.
It's my turn.
And then that gives us the opportunity to
take
switch
it from here.
in. Get Serene Blessing going. Get Fee back on her feet. And I think we've got this under control. We're gonna 0 arts to use breath just to get a heal in.
Here we go.
I forgot that they add poison for some reason. And that's what I needed, was to also be dealing with that.
Arcus.
There's a CP regen going on Reen here. Gonna take some poison damage, but that's okay.
My turn.
Recuria. That would get rid of the poison. I'm not sure how much difference it's gonna make, because I think Reen's probably actually just dead on the next turn.
Be gone.
Try and lower this guy's art defense. Why not? Oh, he turned to attack Fee. That kind of works out in our favor then. Keep hitting him. That's okay.
It's
That's
my
okay.
turn.
You connect with Fee. Tira. She'll get that off in time. No problem.
My turn.
Keep slashing him. We're gonna need to get Machias back out here so that he can lower this thing's defense.
Very well.
We're gonna do that.
I leave this
way.
to you.
I'll take care of this.
Drop a
How
break
about
shot.
Here we go.
Put Impassion on Fee since we have 0 arts turn. Better to get a spell out while we can for free. Reen lives that. That's fine. Let's see if we can't flash grenade this guy. So we get the crit out of it. Didn't apply anything though. That's not ideal. Maybe Serene Blessing on Machias just to make sure his health's back to where we need it to
My
be.
turn.
So we got a pretty strong Flame Slash we can get out of this. Okay, so his
My
strength
turn.
went up. That's not good for us.
Target lock.
Let's go for Sweep. Lower his defense, or his speed, maybe. No, it didn't
My
work.
turn.
Okay.
Go.
Gotcha. Leave it to me.
I want to make sure his defense is down. Cool.
It's my turn.
We have 0 arts turn. Do we go for the spell? I think we go on the offensive here.
No.
Maybe we get to freeze the Crystal Flood. No, we don't. Okay.
Here we go.
Alright, I have a sneaky suspicion Reen's about to get one shot.
Gavel on my blade.
So we're going to spend everything we've got trying to get damage out.
Strike.
We get a
My
burn.
turn.
Sweet. Still not spaced quite right. That's okay though. Let's get speed going. Oh, he lived. Oh, I did not expect Reen to live through that. Okay, so we got some speed going. Got some movement going.
Right.
Break shot
How
again.
about this?
It's my turn.
Will I get it off in time? I won't. That'll heal, but I don't think it's going to be enough. We're going to have to go for the lower level heal,
Okay.
though, just because it's all we can get out in time. Let's hit him with another flashbang. Maybe we get a blind here. Still no luck. Oh, we did. We got the blind. Okay, perfect.
Thanks.
Maybe that's enough. It is.
Slow.
Alright, the blind saves us.
Here we go.
Oof, that hurt.
I'll
Okay.
handle
It's my turn.
Okay. Nobody's in range. Tira will get off, so let's get Reen there.
It's my turn. How about this?
Weaken him again.
No.
Thanks. Here we go.
Alrighty. I think we've got this under control, everybody.
My turn.
I don't think he kills anybody on this turn. Or he just misses Fee. Fee's just dodging cats over here. Or dogs, rather. Hero Edge, why not? Throw some swords at him. Finish him off. She did it.
We should be safe now.
Good job, everybody. I could go for some XP right about now. There we go. Get some levels.
I did it!
That should suffice.
Hype.
I'm growing stronger.
Yeah, that was rough. That was a fight and a half right there.
We did it.
We did indeed, everybody.
That was tough.
I thought we were done for.
Ah, we had it the whole time. You ignore the fact that that was definitely the second time we fought that boss fight.
I have no intention of letting filthy beasts get the better of me. Trained or otherwise.
Good job, Usus. We handled it.
Honestly now, this is no laughing matter, you know.
I mean, everybody seems to be having a good time. I'm having a good time. Let's...
Look who's talking. You're grinning like an idiot.
We did it, lads. See? Accomplishments.
Not as much as you are.
There they go.
I don't think we could have wrapped this month's field study up more perfectly if we'd tried.
It's a way to do it.
We were all able to form combat links with one another too.
They were, actually. They did a really good job. And here is the army.
We're not through the woods just yet, it would seem.
Do we run? Oh, I guess we can't.
Looks like the end of the road.
Well, I mean, we've beaten up guards before. Why not do it again?
You've pushed your luck one step too far this time.
So, I'm going to throw it out here. We're in the sewers of this city that no one ever goes into, that it's infested with monsters. If these 5 guards suddenly disappeared, no one would know.
Are you that desperate to be thrown in a cell with Ragnitz?
This voice actor, though, he's having a good time.
If you want to arrest us, go right ahead.
Lord Eustace!
Did they not realize Usus was here when they sent the dogs to murder us?
What are you doing here? I thought you'd been locked in the mansion.
I chose to return to my studies. Well, what's it to be? Accusing my classmates of this crime will implicate me as well.
We couldn't possibly point our rifles at Lord Eustace.
Furthermore, I imagine it sort of invalidates the whole process of trying to use Machias as like a political pawn when the crime that he's being accused of is also being committed by the son of what is essentially one of the leaders of the noble faction.
Silence!
Certainly looks bad optically.
Not even Lord Eustace has the right to trespass in a military facility,
I mean, I don't know what you're talking about. We're in the waterway right now.
much less to release a suspect in our custody, directly opposing the orders of His Grace the Duke.
I would also furthermore point out that he's not actually in custody anymore.
Enough! We may not be the best of friends, but I am Eustace Albaret. I will not simply stand by and watch as one of my classmates is arrested under false charges and used in a tool in some political war.
Lord Eustace. Eustace?
We have our orders, and nothing you say will change that.
That's always a good mentality to have. They told us to do it, so that made it okay.
Disarm them, men, Lord Eustace included.
That will not be necessary.
Oh,
What?
Impossible.
look who it is! Rufus! To the rescue!
Lord Rufus? Lord Rufus!
I love this voice actor, man. It's having such a good time.
We'd heard you were in the capital.
Apparently you heard wrong.
How? Why are you...
I received a message from the Academy at noon today,
Oh.
and I returned by airship as quickly as I could, with your instructor.
What?
Oh, Sarah's here.
Looks like you've all done a fine job.
I think we did.
Instructor Sarah?
What are you doing here?
Being the savior we need.
I've been filled in on the circumstances, more or less.
No.
I'll take care of matters here. You all return to your posts at once.
Fair enough,
But
Rufus.
Lord Rufus, with all due respect,
Rufus is here to save us. He's got it all under control.
I've already informed my father.
Fair enough.
Or do you intend to embarrass me beyond your other transgressions?
Oof. It's a bad look, my dude.
No, of course not. Second company, withdraw! Sir!
Please, excuse us.
The wonders of our field study and teaching us to meddle in
Oh,
public
wow.
affairs.
Well, you can tell they're well trained, if nothing else.
And Sarah, the backhanded compliments. I love it.
The Provincial Army takes its training very seriously, of course. Though I resent the mere notion that it could be misused so grievously.
I'm sure you do.
So, what brings you here, instructor? Seriously, why are you here?
That line delivery is so good. just the break of, seriously, why are you here?
Your timing is a little too convenient.
Oh, it's almost like this is all the plan.
Did you come after receiving word from the Provincial Army?
To be totally honest with you, I'm fairly certain Sarah intended to come anyway. I have to say, I don't think she expected it to play out quite like this, but I'm sure she expected things to go awry.
Nope. I actually heard about what was happening a little earlier from a friend of mine.
Huh. I wonder who that was.
As soon as the news reached my ears, I shot to my feet and got right in contact with the director here. And he was kind enough to give me a ride on his airship back from the capital.
Fair enough.
I don't know what to say.
Honestly, you seem to be prepared for virtually everything.
I think she just reacts very quickly more than... She's just kind of... How would I say? It's not that she's prepared, so to speak, but like she expects the unexpected in a way. Like she is able to react to extraneous situations very well.
Wait a second.
Director? Oh, you don't know yet, do you?
I also serve as a permanent member of the Academy's Board of Directors.
Ah, okay. That explains a little bit.
Perhaps we'll have the opportunity to meet again in that capacity.
Perhaps.
The Board of Directors?
I mean, they must exist, right? So it's good to know that some of them are political leaders, presumably?
Why is this the first I'm hearing of this?
I decided to keep it a secret so I could see the look on your face when you found out.
I feel like that's not why he kept it a secret.
I'm not the only member of the board, though, of course.
I'm sure we will be exploring that information in the future.
I'm simply one of 3 permanent members.
Are there temporary members, then? Gawk.
That explains why you knew so much about Class 7.
Way too well prepared.
Still, I had no idea my father would attempt something so foolish while I was away.
That's an interesting way to put it.
He's always been an obstinate man, but he's simply gone too far this time.
Is Rufus in a position of power to tell him no, though? I thought Rufus would be subordinate to him.
As a member of the Academy's board, I cannot remotely condone the unlawful arrest of a student.
That's an interesting way to approach this.
Rufus.
Thank you for your concern.
And thus ended their second field study. Fair enough. As the hour was late, they returned to the hotel and bray hard for a good night's sleep. The other members of Group A bade farewell to the city and set off with Sarah. Alrighty. May 31st. I can't tell if Rufus is quite tall or if some of the girls are just very short. I'm sure somewhere I could find out how tall everyone is, but obviously Fee is tiny, but like the rest of them is questionable. Rufus is driving away somewhere. Hey, Tobal.
So that's Class 7, eh? A little rough around the edges, but they managed to get through in one piece.
I wasn't really expecting this voice from him.
I think I see now why you're so fixated on them, Sarah.
So that's the friend she was talking about. It's weird that they don't put his name on here, because he has introduced himself to us. Instead, it's just blonde-haired man. I wonder if that's an accident.
And Rufus Alborea? I've heard people say he's the sharpest noble of the bunch, but still.
What business could he possibly have over by the canyon so early in the morning?
That is a good question, why he would be heading to the fort.
Is that what you were about to ask?
Who are you?
Oh, so that these two don't know each other. Good to know.
Pay me no mind, I'm but a low-ranking noble.
Is that so?
I've been watching over those young students to see what they're capable of, much like yourself.
It's interesting the number of people on the outside looking in, because obviously there's a lot of moving parts to do with Class 7, but these guys seem interested in Class 7 but don't actually have anything to do with them, versus Sarah and Rufus, for example, who are directly invested in the class.
Really now? You'll forgive me for asking, but you look awfully like someone a couple of acquaintances mentioned to me a long time ago.
Oh. There's a tension going on here.
You wouldn't happen to have some fancy-sounding stage name or anything, would you?
Interesting.
You'll just have to find that out on your own.
Okay.
Your acquaintances wouldn't be a certain innocent young couple from a foreign land, though, would they?
I think this is a reference to a different Legend of Heroes game.
You'll just have to find that out on your own.
These two don't like each other.
Indeed. Well, if you'll please excuse me, it's almost time for the airship to depart, and I really must be getting back to Heimdall.
Since we have a much better impression of Toval, not to say better as in like we know him better, but his impression that he made was more positive than the Baron here. I get the impression Baron Blue Blanc is maybe not a good person.
May we meet again, young Bracer. Do give my regards to the Purple Lightning, if you would.
And he knows about Sarah as well. Because we've heard that that's what she was called when she, in the past.
As if the situation weren't messy enough. It seems we've got another source of trouble on our hands now.
Interesting.
I'd better let the others know, just in case.
I wonder who the others are in this, as well as the other source of trouble he's talking about. We'll find out more, I imagine, but it's definitely a side plot that we need to discover a little more. Oh. I guess this is an early morning train ride?
And you call yourselves teenagers.
I mean, don't teenagers struggle to stay awake in the morning usually?
Unlike me, you actually get to go to sleep every night. You should be full of energy by this point in the day.
I mean, what point of the day are we in?
Give me a break.
Considering all that's happened this weekend, I think we can be forgiven for being a little tired.
We'll get used to it, I guess.
Well, that's certainly true enough. Group B had their fair share of problems to deal with as well, but they weren't quite as serious as yours.
I kind of get the impression Group B is the easier of the two to be a part of.
Although they were of a similar nature.
How so?
What do you mean exactly?
Did they also wind up getting involved in a conflict between the two factions?
More or less. St. Ark is another territory belonging to one of the four great houses, after all.
I think it was the High Arms family?
So they got themselves caught up in a bit of trouble. The four of them managed to get through it together in the end, though.
I'd be really interested to know what happened.
Well, that's good.
That's a relief, yeah.
But I don't think we're ever going to find out.
But, Sarah, just what kind of mirror did they pour into buffing up Aurochs Fort anyway? What we saw was nuts.
So I've heard.
So she didn't see it herself?
And the Provincial Army isn't the only force trying to improve its armaments. The Imperial Army is doing the same.
Again, it's not... It's weird to me that they make it out as if that's the same thing. If the central government is raising their military capabilities from an empire's perspective, that makes sense, right? They always need that sort of force, but the provincial armies raising their own as a defensive measure seems more akin to a civil issue that doesn't... Like, the idea the Imperial Army is making their army bigger or more powerful or more modernized is not a threat to Erebonian society. At least it shouldn't be. But clearly the noble faction sees it as such because they think it's threatening their capabilities. Because the Chancellor that we've heard about is making a bunch of civil reform, and they seem to think that clearly he has control over the Imperial Army, and he's bolstering that because he thinks that they're going to step in to stop him from his reforms. I think that's where we're at this point, is that because of that tension between the two sides, the Imperial Army is being looked at as an arm of the reformist faction specifically, and not of the like Imperial royal family, which is kind of strange to me. You'd think that the Emperor would have more of a say in this, in like mediating between the two. Maybe he is, and we just don't see it, but it sounds like he hasn't really gotten involved because we don't hear him mentioned at all.
With the Blood and Iron Chancellor and his 20 armored divisions squarely at the center.
Yeah, that was kind of where we, what I meant. The Chancellor, yeah. The Blood and Iron. Interesting.
Really?
How should the military academy... Well, how should we act in a situation like this?
It is interesting. What does the academy have to say? Because the students are supposed to represent the school. They should be, you know, doing so.
Thor's graduates join both the provincial and imperial armies, right?
Yeah, so they should have a neutral perspective, shouldn't they?
That's nothing you need to be worrying about. Not right now, at least.
Still, they should be told, like, how they should be acting.
You're at the academy to learn. That's all you should be focusing on.
I agree.
While you're there, it's true that you may be forced to acknowledge some of the more unpleasant realities of Erebonia.
Is she trying to, like, shield them from that?
But I believe there's something special to be gained from that. Something you can only gain now, at this moment in time.
Interesting. She means to say, like, their youth is the only time that they can accomplish the thing she wants them to do, which it sounds like is perhaps obtain some sort of context to understand both sides.
So long as you're together with your friends and classmates, people for whom there is no substitute. Maybe when you graduate and go out into the world, much of what you've learned at Thor's will have little meaning.
I think that's untrue. I would actually go so far as to say these students are probably going to learn more applicable information than any other students.
But I still truly believe that sometime, somehow, what you experience as part of Class 7 will be an invaluable treasure to you.
I agree.
It may not seem that way now, but I know in my heart that it will someday.
Instructor.
You almost had me there for a moment.
I do think she was being sincere.
That was the last thing I ever thought I'd hear from you.
But Sarah definitely doesn't have the foundation for, like, the impression Sarah leaves doesn't let her have that kind of, make that kind of statement as easily.
Hey!
Oh, she's blushing. That's cute.
What's with all the laughing?
I'm really sorry. Your words were quite touching, but...
Coming out of your mouth, they were just...
painfully droll.
Oh, that's not very nice.
Something we can only gain now, at this moment in time. So long as we're with our friends and classmates, for whom there is no substitute.
Stop that! Are you trying to kill me?
She was being sincere, but it is kind of amusing. Oh, she's adorable.
Awful. I was being serious, you know.
It's fun when you get to see Sarah, who's presented obviously as this, like, kind of weathered individual, right? Like, not to say she's old necessarily. Like, they obviously make her out to be, you know, young and attractive. But what I mean to say is, like, her personality is supposed to be, like, you know, the drinking, overworked teacher who comes from a background and doesn't know how to teach all that well. It's interesting to see her presented as, like, a cute character, where she, like, has, you know, the blushing cheeks and, like...
Why must this instructor thing be so difficult sometimes?
and deliver lines like that. Oh. Oh, look who it is. Another person we don't really know. in a skin-tight outfit.
Okay.
Who?
So glad I didn't have to bust in and save them.
Interesting.
I thought it was all over when I got spotted at the fort, though. Hey, White Rabbit here.
White Rabbit.
Uh-huh. Everything went A-okay. Don't sweat the details. I did what I was supposed to. No sign of them, though, but I did find a bunch of other interesting stuff.
So who's them, and what is the interesting stuff? And who are you?
What? Fake intel? Someone managed to get a leg up on you and Gramps?
Yikes.
Must have been one heck of a guy. Huh? Me? I'm gonna go meet up with Claire now.
Okay.
Gotcha. See you then, Lecter.
So we got some names. Claire, I think, was the name of the girl who helped us in Keldic, so she seems to be involved with the Blood and Iron Chancellor.
I wonder what that military academy they mentioned is all about. Sounds kind of fun. Lammy!
I think we've seen something very much like this before.
Yep, we're done here. Let's get going, Aragetlum.
But this is clearly that UFO that we were seeing, and the person being carried was this girl? It's the end of a chapter, and questions abound. Chapter 2, The Verdant City Ends.
Ooh, you're moving up in the world.
Hey.
I've got a little
We got a
reward
medal.
here for you. Drinks are on me someday. Good showing, everyone.
Oh, I didn't get an S again. That's not good. Missed something. Oh, we got some level ups on our links here. It's kind of a shame that we didn't get an S, but it is what it is. I must have missed something. Side effect of not playing with a guide, I suppose.
It was the middle of June.
Was it now?
With summer well underway, a rainy spell seemed to hang over Trista.
Fair enough. Get to enjoy a little bit of rain. I don't mind that. I actually like the rain quite a bit. Especially in like June. It's gotta be pretty warm.
With our field study wrapped up, the other members of Class 7 and I returned to normal school life. But just when we thought we'd gotten used to the challenging lessons and the breakneck workload,
Something happened?
a moment of dread washed over us, making our blood run cold.
What was this moment of dread?
As you all know, tomorrow marks the start of your midterm exams.
Oh, that kind of dread.
I'm no good with all these papers and essays and circling answers, so I won't really be able to help you much.
I'm not very good at school, so I can't help you, says the teacher.
But I'm administering some of your tests, so I'll be cheering you on from the sidelines. Make me proud, class.
Thank you.
Sometimes I lie awake at night and wonder how you became our teacher.
As I recall, aren't you in danger of a lecture by the vice principal if our performance isn't up to par?
I'm pretty sure we'll do fine.
Oh, I'm not too worried about that. Most of you tend to get pretty high grades anyway.
It's like most of you tend to do pretty well, so I don't really have to worry about it that much.
Hardly wait to see how well you all do. Remember, the results will be announced next Wednesday.
Good to know.
Your scores will be posted on the board by rank, so you can see how you compare to the other classes in your year.
Yep.
The sooner this week is over, the better.
We'll be fine.
I can almost taste the tedium.
Don't worry about it.
I'm not gonna let Emma squeak by me again this time.
Oh, one more thing.
Oh.
They're gonna stick the average score for each class up there on the board, too.
Ah, okay.
Our class averages? I suppose their intent is to furnish us with motivation in the form of class bragging rights.
Doesn't that just kind of create like a class conflict? Not the one we're talking about with obviously the nobles and the commoners, but I mean like a class conflict within the school.
Well, I do enjoy a challenge. Anyway, I know it's only noonish, but I think that's enough homeroom for today. You guys can stay here and study, or just head on back to your dorms.
I guess we'll figure something out.
Prez, if you'll do the honors.
Yes, instructor. Stand, bow.
Dismissed. What should we do? Can't stand to bone up on just about everything. Honestly, my biggest worry now is math. I wouldn't mind doing a few study sessions with you if you need help. Need to review math anyway. Not much time to spare, though. Erebonian history. I mean, that would make sense, guys. This isn't exactly from here. All the material we've gotten from directly in class, but there will be finer points. Yeah, users would definitely be equipped to understand Erebonian history. Military science, guys. At the very least, he's got to be as good as anybody else at that. Fee and Emma back to studying together. And Elisa's going to help out with that. Cool, cool. Laura doesn't want, so she's going to pass. Interesting. That's weird. Laura's... Just reading too much. Could have sworn I saw her looking over at Fee. Do they have an issue? That happened off screen? I'm sure we'll get some studying and stuff done. Run around, meet everybody. Today, the day before our exams, is a free day. Talk to certain characters who will help you study with them. When you run out of bonding points, the time of the day will change. The evening, the main story will advance. Okay. We have 6 bonding points. Oh, we got a lot of stuff to do.